Hello, my name is Joseph Caceres, and in my research, I wanted to discuss and focus on the insincerity behind brand activism and how certain major corporations have turned brand activism into a controversial marketing tool that is deeply affecting discourse. We live in this age of heightened social awareness where movements gain momentum online and brands can easily tap into these issues that people care about, making a connection with consumers for commercial gain. In my research paper, I examined the ways brand activism from large companies has affected social and online discourse, and how major corporations such as Facebook, Nike, and Uber sacrifice their honesty for a stake in the benefits of brand activism through controversy rather than these companies actually contributing anything to the cause or movement. And in this video, I wanted to touch on my example in my research of how Nike's Just Do It campaign with Colin Kaepernick has affected online discourse for Nike's commercial gain. I began my research by looking at ways to sort of identify the modern consumer with the most buying power and found a report by MWWPR about the millennial and Gen Z generations. This report labeled these two generations as corpsumers, which is a combination of the word corporate and consumer. MWWPR defines them as consumers that place high value on a company's values and reputations. The report goes on to define their generation as natural influencers as a demographic that's grown up with social media, and reports that their reputational factors, including corporate citizenship, employee well being, and opinions of leadership in certain corporations, directly impact the purchasing decisions of this corpsumer. The data on a new way to reach consumers is one of the biggest areas of thinking for major corporations, and how they can capitalize through advertisement campaigns that are controversial and socially current. These forms of advertisement campaigns are rooted in deep social and political identities, but are only meant to spark controversy when a company takes a certain side. Nike's recent Just Do It campaign with Colin Kaepernick and his platform of social injustice against African Americans became mocked as trivializing the Black Lives Matter movement into an apparel line, drawing focus onto Nike's campaign rather than the actual protest.
What has taken place is that we're talking more about the protest itself as opposed to the issues that Colin Kaepernick started protesting in the beginning. This was about the police brutality. This was about minorities not getting equal justice or equal compensation. Now we're talking about standing and seated. Now we're talking about the flag. Now we're talking about the military. Now we're talking about the national anthem.
Jason Gay, in an article for the Wall Street Journal, identified the outrage the Nike campaign met as an orchestrated marketing ploy, stating Kaepernick and Nike have been credited with an act of risk, but this is a campaign that pops only with reaction, which has been delivered on cue. However, online, Nike was met with mockery through memes and social media, with videos of consumers burning jerseys and shoes. The online discourse of the issues came to a clash, with the issue of Colin Kaepernick kneeling during the NFL's broadcast of the national anthem blowing into a larger controversy regarding the First Amendment, the racial divide in America, and spurred remarks from many NFL teams and corporations voicing both support and opposition.
Nike is now using Kaepernick to headline their new ad campaign, and the words you see on your screen read, quote, "Believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything." I'd like to take a moment to remind Nike executives sacrificing everything looks like it's not a multi-millionaire social justice warrior whose greatest feat of bravery kneeling on a football field and wearing those socks.
The impact of Nike's campaign drove up traffic and engagement, with the company seeing a surge of 9.2% in stock value in the company's next reported quarter after the campaign was launched. Regardless of how politically conscious Kaepernick's social activism is and how effective he has made use of his platform to shed light on the social injustices of African Americans, Nike does not contribute to the cause in any symbiotic way. Brand activism corporate activism is a paradoxical term that ignores the plight of real-world social injustices and looks to further divide market demographics. Corporations have sought to increase brand loyalty by disguising it as brand activism, all at the cost of polarizing social and online discourse.